Aref Ali Nayed, you have a very wide-ranging background. You're serving now as the transitional ambassador to the UAE from Libya, but you've also a background in the technology sector and a background as a philosopher and a theologian. So let me ask you, short-term and long-term, you were part of the stabilization team. What was that like, and how is that working? And long-term, where do we go from here?
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulullah. First of all, I would like to say something about joy to begin with. And maybe I'm talking about joy in a sad voice, but it's very, very important. Today is a great day in Libya's history. Today is a day of liberation. And we must speak of joy. Yet it is a kind of joy mixed with sadness and a very heavy sense of responsibility, because it is a joy for a victory and a liberation that has been achieved through tremendous sacrifices by thousands, literally thousands upon thousands of young people, and thousands upon thousands of mothers who are grieving for their dead children, and for the injured and the amputated and the raped and the handicapped and the disappeared. So it is a very strange emotion that fills the heart today, an emotion of happiness and joy, but one of responsible joy and one of respectful joy that respects all these victims and all these heroic young people that have given us our freedom and given us dignity back and given us life back. Today Libya is alive again, and it's a great emotion of coming to life again. Yet this joy has many responsibilities associated with it. We must not squander the sacrifices of the young. We must not squander the pain of the mothers and the children. We must build something with all this pain. And this joy must translate into concrete, practical, real progress on the ground in all areas, most importantly in the areas of healthcare, education, taking care of the young, making sure that there are jobs for everyone, making sure that everybody can have an equal opportunity to participate in the reconstruction, the stabilization, the rebuilding of a great Libya, a Libya that will be a lighthouse for this entire region. It was my privilege and honor to have sat as a student at the feet of young people who were part of the stabilization team, over 70 young men and women who worked tirelessly day and night in order to develop first a stabilization plan, an extensive one, and then to implement it. And yes, it wasn't completely implemented, and some parts were implemented in ways that were unforeseen, but it was an utter joy to at my age, sit humbly at the feet of young people who showed me how to be brave and how to work for dignity and freedom, and who, without asking for anything, simply gave and gave and gave. And I am really honored to have worked under the wise leadership of Chairman Ahmed Jhani, who gave us the space and the framework in which we could work and thrive. So for me, I am filled with utter confidence. It's really amazing. I don't think I've ever been as confident in Libya and Libyans as I am today. I feel utterly optimistic, totally optimistic, not because of anything external, not because of money that Libya has, not because of resources, but simply because of the young people that I have come to know. They will bring Libya into new horizons, unforeseen by any of my generation or the generations who are older than myself. They will make it, and they will make it big. And they're already making it. I mean, there are dozens of newspapers already, and dozens of civil society organizations, and dozens of women rights movements, and dozens, endless activity and creativity. Libya, like a forest that was burned, looked dusty. It looked like ash, it looked gray. Only Gaddafi's ugly face appeared all over the place. And no one would have predicted that life will again spring forward and spring up and arise. And yet, just as in after fires of forests, young shoots of green are coming up in unprecedented ways and in ways that are totally unpredictable. I have utter faith in God that just as He has liberated Libya through the efforts of these young people, that Libya will be a great nation again, and it will actually become greater than it ever was. And there are, you know, the medievals spoke of three cardinal virtues, and they are shared by many of our faiths, be it Islam or Christianity or Judaism or Buddhism for that matter. These three cardinal virtues are faith, hope, and charity. And indeed, I have seen in these young people tremendous faith, tremendous hope, and tremendous charity. It is through charity, through love, that Libya will live again. And that is how stabilization happens. Stability, after all, is a grace, is a gift of God. We call it in Libyan, in Arabic, we call it sakina. So this sakina is a gift that is gifted to a people by God when they act towards each other with love. I have seen tremendous love, tremendous mutual compassion between Libyans, and I am utterly confident that Libya will achieve great things. I salute the young people who made this possible, and I salute them as my teachers, for I have learned tremendous things from them. And I salute the older generation of Dr. Ahmed Jahani, not so much older, who actually gave me and my colleagues the space to work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aref.
Thank you very much. A very inspiring comment on your recent activities there, and an optimism that I hope we'll all come to share.